Incredible morning. Incredible morning, everyone. How far out thou? Okay, let's. Okay, where'd you go? Mm, All right, there we go. Whew, my head itchy. Okay, let me share her out real quick. Um. Oh, wait a minute now. Where are all of my? Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. I was like, what is going on now? Okay. I mean, why Facebook do me like this? Why I gotta be looking like that? Face looking all crazy. Oh my God. Order. All right. Hold on, people. All right. All right. So good morning, everyone. Um, I came on one. I'm hoping that Facebook's, it's more so for the Facebook, this is more of a I need Facebook to push this type like this push this video than anything because I need the person who asked me for this to see this and then inbox me. But it wasn't necessarily an order. I was just gonna do it for free because someone asked a question. But when you don't have when you don't follow your processes and procedures, things like this happen. I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. But first, let me go ahead and do my introduction. Hello, everyone. I am Shakia, the professor of Honestly Speaking, HSing 365 Creative Academy, and also Silhaholics Anonymous, where I teach silhouette. I'm often live doing just like different videos, different demos and tutorials, or just giving you guys real world experience as far as being an entrepreneur in this creative space. And although this part isn't necessarily a part of like the entrepreneurship, because it wasn't something I was going to get paid for, but because I am a business person and I operate on social media more so from my business profile, anything that I really do reflects on me as a person and as a business and whether or not I am trustworthy and reliable and things like that, right? So I am in a lot of groups and I'm always trying to help people out and I'll ask questions. And it's been a lot of times where someone will have a help question. Well, can somebody help me do this or do that? How can I trace this? You guys saw the video that I did yesterday, day before yesterday, of the flower. I think it was yesterday, the flower, the lotus one for that jujitsu. I said it right that time. Club. I've done that one that same day when I helped her. Someone else sent me one for I think it was like a cheer squad or dance squad or something like that. I end up just going in. It's like it takes me for things like that. It takes me 2 seconds. It's not a full on design. It's just recreating what's there, and I'll often do that, right? So I was in a group, and I'm in so many groups. I cannot remember which group I was in when the question was asked. and someone wanted to make something for someone. She didn't want it to necessarily be birthday. She had someone that wanted Cocomelon. She wanted to put their name, oh, excuse me, with the Cocomelon character. And so, she was asking like about other characters. I was showing her things that I did for my niece's birthday, my cousin's birthday. And with the Cocomelon stuff, so she was like, okay, well, maybe a character. There's like a girl, like, I just want something. It doesn't have to be birthday. I just want her name, Cocomelon, because it's her favorite. So I'm going back and forth with her in the chat of like the comments of that particular post. Well, I comment and post, I get a lot of notifications, and I guess it just started to move further and further and further down. Or I end up doing something, and by the time I thought of, like, went back, like, I'm like, okay, yeah, I can find this notification. I had, thank you for those that I had 1,000,001 notifications, right? So I cannot find this post. I did not write her name down. I hadn't inboxed her to say, okay, like once I realized, okay, I was going to do it, I got all the information. I probably should not have gotten all the information right there under that post. I never brought her somewhere where I can control, the narrative and be able to easily find it. Have her email me to say, most times I'll do that. If somebody wants me to do something for them, I have them email me, because at least it's in my email. They'll try and inbox me. And I said, if I can't get to my messenger, all this other stuff, nope. Email me your picture. I often do that. This is one of the times where I did not have them email me. Again, it's not for an order. I was going to do this for free. I already have, I'm going to go share screen. Hold on. Share screen. So I already had like all this Cocomelon stuff, because I had just did a Cocomelon party. So, I had everything set up, ready to go. And I had actually showed her this when she was like, not so much birthday. And I was like, no, I'm not trying to show for the birthday. What I was asking her was, did she want it? Oh, this is another one. Did she want it where it was just the Cocomelon head and a character next to it in the child's name? Did she want the one where the character comes out of the blank Cocomelon head? So I was going like, just showing her different stuff. And I'm like, I wasn't going to charge. I'm like, I have all the letters here. I did all, all this from my cousin's party a few months ago. But I did not follow protocol on, even though it was not an actual order. Even though it wasn't an actual order, I did not follow protocol to make sure that I did not lose, in this case, whether they are paid or they're not paid. We have to look at all of their clients, their customers. People always say, oh, they haven't paid, they're not a customer. I cringe at some of the things that I see entrepreneurs, business owners say, because I'm like, y'all must be thinking it's just okay, you work for yourself, you just get money. You still have, the way you interact with people reflects on you. So to me, even though I was about to do this for free, that is still a client. That is still a customer. This one may have been free, but because I did all this, I did this. Okay, she liked it. All right, hey, well, I don't have the time, or I don't have the program. Can you do a couple of these for me? This time I want to be able to pay you. Like, don't say no, don't take no for an answer. Like, I want to be able to pay you. It's just, regardless of if they're paying for it or not, I represent my business. So if I flaked on you, even for it being something free, when I do have something, I'm telling you, give me your money for it. How am I supposed to trust you when you fell through on the other part? So everything that I do, I try to make sure that I follow protocol, I follow procedures that I have set for myself. So the fact that and I'm like, I don't know what I was doing, to where I'm not sure I was like what I was doing. So I was just kind of texting back and forth, whatever, where I didn't write it down. I didn't write down her name. I didn't have her email me. I didn't have her inbox me. I interact with so many people on a daily basis that I can't even fathom to think. Sometimes I'll take a screenshot so that I at least have their name. For some reason, I didn't even do that. I would like to think that although it may have put a bad taste in that person's mouth about, hey, you promised you'll do this, you didn't, you didn't inbox me back and all this, you didn't send it to me. I'm like, well, it created a moment where I can educate you guys about sticking to policies and procedures. We may think that, okay, it's just something simple, but something can change in the blink of an eye. You get distracted, you get a phone call. Now, because you didn't do it, how you would normally handle an order because it was something free, it was something that just seemed very simple. Now you can't complete that because you didn't go through your proper channels to make sure that you had their contact information, or you had a way outside of social media to contact them. What if it was to where, hey, Facebook got hacked, they shut down for, I can still send this to her via email, but I did not even have that. This is just a message to say, be very intentional in all of the interactions that you do that represent your business and represents you as an entrepreneur. Because you can be in a situation where I'm just hoping that the person happens to see this in the group and say, girl, I understand, either, oh, it's okay, I don't need it, I got it done, or hey, I still need it, reach out to me, let me put my email on the screen, because in case she actually sees it, I just need you to email me so that I can get this done for you, because I don't remember her name and I feel absolutely horrible. I have been trying to go through notifications. I went through it on my phone, on the computer. I'm thinking, okay, maybe it'll show me more notifications, but it's been over 24 hours. The amount of notifications that I've gotten in 24 hours is crazy. So it's been pushed, push, push, push. And unless somebody goes and they comment on that same exact post, I'm not going to see it. And then even with that, like, they have to comment on the one that I did, because I'm not sure if it happens to anybody else. On my phone, whenever someone comments, right, I can't click on the post, like where it says, like, it'll say like their name and like, that you comment on their post. On my phone, I can't click on that and see the entire post. Only way I see is if I go to like my computer, and then, I'm able to go on and see the full on post. But for my phone, like, no matter what, I click it and it just won't go past the comments. If I go back, it just goes to my notifications. So even if somebody happens to comment on that post, I'm not going to know that it's the post, because my phone, for some reason, like my app won't let me just click on the top and see the entire post. So I'm just hoping. I shared this in a couple groups. Hopefully y'all share it. Someone asked me for a Cocomelon design with someone's name, and I know somebody else asked about something for Faith. I don't know if that was the name. I know I had to do a design with the name. Was it Evelyn? It was a design I did for someone that was like Faith, but that one I know. I'm like, I cannot remember what this name was, but she wanted Cocomelon and she wanted the name because she wanted to put it on the Tumblr. If that was you, I truly apologize. Charge it to my mind, not my heart, because I got distracted somehow. I didn't have you inbox me. I didn't give you my email. And so now I feel horrible. But yes, if you keep one, even for the simple stuff, that's a good thing to keep a logbook. And if whatever interactions you have, if you're going to follow up with someone, especially if it's on social media, screenshot that's, at least you'll have the name. If you can remember to put it in a log at that time, definitely write it down, but just have different things in place. Like for me, for social, my phone stays full and I'm always out of space because I take screenshots when I'm helping someone. Someone had a help question. So even if I can't help then, I want to know what group it's in so I can go back to help. I take screenshots of it, or so I can at least search their name, or just search their name in Messenger and say, hey, I saw this. Here's this tip, it's XYZ. You can find this here. So I ended up having to remember to go back and delete all my screenshots. But for some reason, this time, I did not do my screenshots. She's like, I literally just screenshot your info. Thank you for that. You emailed me on which email? Because I guess maybe I should reiterate this every single time. If you're emailing me on the old one, which is sillaholics@gmail.com, because my oh so special self signs up for everybody's email promotions under that one because I was like, okay, that's just my email. Now that we're, I'm, oh my God, my shoulder, full on business. When people are emailing us, we even had to pull, like, when we get like the notifications for orders and like all that stuff, of course, moving that, because now all of these places that I've signed up or placed an order for, and I did it through like my PayPal, if even with something business, I paid for it with my PayPal business card. You automatically end up on their mailing list, because when you pay for it with PayPal, it takes your email and all that. So I go through that. I dread looking at that email because it is all email marketing. So a lot of your emails get completely lost inside of that email. Like, so I don't even use that one. So now it's the professor at HSync 365. If it's something that's like, it's for me, if it's about an orders at HSync 365. And whenever I send out emails, email marketing, it goes to admin. So that way it goes to anybody on the team. But yeah, depending on which email you sent it to, it's probably lost in space somewhere. So I do apologize for that. I've been trying to, like, on each live, remind people to send it to this particular email, because I don't see anything under silaholicsmoms@gmail.com. Like, it's most times I don't, like, I have to really, really scroll through in order to see anything on that email. And then I get frustrated. I know I saw someone's the other day and I had to fix something for them, but most times I don't. All right, but yes. So this one was, don't be like me. Try to avoid this mistake in taking orders or just inquiries. It doesn't even have to be a full on order. If you are taking an inquiry, someone's asking you about your services, and they may fall off and you might lose them because they get busy, they get distracted. What do you have to follow up with them? Did you, take a quick screenshot, or, if it was a valuable inquiry, maybe go ahead and just shoot them a message, even if they don't check it, because you're not friends yet. At least it's in your messenger. You can easily go through your messenger and find that correspondence, that you at least sent them something, because you might miss out on a potential order because there was an inquiry, they were interested, but you did not follow up. So learn from my mistake when you're taking orders or just handling inquiries. Make sure that you have a way to get in contact with them after that initial interaction. Even it's something as simple as communicating on Facebook. Figure out a way to follow up with them. Have your email ready. If you're going to help someone, don't have them, you can have them inbox you, but having them email you, whole lot better than having them inbox you. Or even when they inbox me, you'll tell me, like, some people can tell you, they'll inbox me. I say, okay, yeah, can you email it to me? They put it in my inbox. Can you please email it to me? I'd rather have it on my email. So just learn from my mistakes when you are interacting with potential customers and just inquiries. All right. But other than that, hello, good morning. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. See, someone said good information. Good morning. Oh, and then also the second, I hate when that happens. The second part of this is just talking about designing. So I had creative business last night. I was having a conversation with my mom this morning, and although it may seem like things come very easy to me, I was telling them, I'm like, y'all, don't beat yourself up about your design. It takes there's a lot that goes on before I get to the final design. Do y'all not like the design page is right here? Y'all now see, I pull it off to the side, move this over here, the final one over here, the drafts are over here. When I'm I can't settle on one. Now, just because it didn't work for someone else, because it was all this Cocomelon stuff, right? I end up figuring out, like trying all these different ones. My client may have chose one particular one, But guess what I've already done now? It took me some hours and hours and hours to design it. But now, if somebody else wants a version of like the one that my client didn't choose, I just have to come back to this, change their name, put their baby picture on the one that they like, the version that they wanted. So I've set the foundation. So most times when I'm doing something for the first time, I'm going to create a couple different versions of it. I'm never settled on the very, very first one. I always have additional options. And my client isn't going to get all those options, but because I've honed, like, it's just practicing different skills, different layouts, and things like that, I now have basically templates that I can go to, and I can just change out a name, change out a color, and things like that for the next person. So don't think that these things come and it's like, okay, boom, it just happens. I either spend several hours, and my creative I'm not sure if I was live. I want to say creative business. I'm not sure if I was live or if it was just like a general live or live with my academy students when I went through setting up this stuff. And it was a couple of hours to go through, but it wasn't like it's just one thing. I end up having technically this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different versions of this. This is something that I created from scratch. So I can spend time on elements and like on just this one. And then I have to put it in with everything else. So from this one design, I'm able to change the colors and either make it look like the inside of a watermelon, or it's just like it's just the colors of it. So don't get frustrated. I'm definitely not perfect. My designs don't come out perfect the first time, every single time. I spend time creating like a bunch of different versions. There's another one that I normally like to go to. Let's see. Let's go to I don't even know if that's over here or if it's in let's see. Yeah. So I'm going to show y'all this. It's a lot of stuff. Like, and I'm gonna have to shut down Silhouette Studio before my class at 11 because now I'm about to open up a whole lot of stuff. So like when I was designing for like their shirts, like whether it is this, like it's just the word Bengals, but it's still the cheerleaders, or do I put Piper there? This one where I was trying to have like it was gripping the word, but then also having like this isn't a background or pattern that I got. This is like I'm taking these stripes and I'm cropping it down to this in this order. Like it's not a pattern paper. Like I will create all of these elements for this. So changing out different colors. When I'm designing, I end up typing out all the different tails. Then it's like, okay, we have just this, or are we going to combine them? So Piper Bengals, and then I have Bengals, and then I have the cheer here. This right here, was it a pattern background for this? I created every last one of the stripes. Every last one of these. I created this in there. There was no background for that. And it's not like I sit here and it just comes to me. My screen looks absolutely crazy before we get to the final one. And that was that one. I'm trying to figure out, why does this say draft 2? File open. One of these said draft 2. I'm like, wait a minute now. What the heck was draft 2? I don't even know what's on this one, to be honest. Oh, once it was all said and done, and we did all like, then it was like, look, there was a version of this where it was a different font, and why? Oh, we kind of put, why are these way up here? Go back up there where you belong. Cheer at the bottom. Then it had pom poms. I had to color all these little pieces of the pom pom, and then once it was all said and done, I submitted. Like, I literally submitted all of these to the client. I don't ever do just one. Like, that's just me. Not saying that everyone has to do it like this, but I mean, and some of them are the same. So, this one is just a matter of changing out the fonts. So, the school, the mascot cheer, this just says late. This is the same Bengals. The cheer changed a little bit, you know. This one has why? Okay, this one has more color. What is the difference? Why did I do? Oh, that one has switched. It was the white instead of the darker colors here. This had same Bengals, so I spent a lot of time creating this, and now I'm able to put it with different things. Then this one doesn't have a stroke on it, and doesn't have an outline on it. So when I'm saying, you have to try out like for one order, I'm trying out different methods, different techniques. I'm providing more than one sample. And if it doesn't, like, whichever one they choose, I don't consider it to be a waste, because I can easily go in and maybe now put a different school on there. Those hands can represent any animal with claws. I can put I can create more of those like little pieces in the middle that spell out Piper, and put a different school. Or maybe I can change that and put one more, put tigers in it. Tigers cheerleading, ladies cheerleading. This is a Bengals team that is here locally to me in South Florida. Maybe from all of my stuff, there is somebody who has a team and their mascot is Bengals. They have a cheer team and they're in California. I don't have to reinvent this one. I save it and I have it, and I can go and now submit to them something different. So for me, when I'm spending a lot of time designing, I'm always thinking about the fact that I've created an element that can be reused. So I don't see it as being a waste of time, even if they did not choose it. Look how many options I gave them. They're not, of course, not going to choose all of these. So I like, but I have these, and they're now available for me to use anytime. It's a couple different techniques in here. I tried out a couple different fonts. It's what keeps my creative mind fresh. Heck yeah, I charge a design fee. The heck? Girl, that threw me off. Of course. Of course, I charge a design fee. It all depends on me. I and I've kind of done a breakdown of it in my 30-day challenge. I also did a breakdown of the features. And one of the things I let them know is you can do all of this in the free version. Designer, business, designer plus, there are small things that will help design a little bit easier, like guidelines or crosshairs, and little things like that. But for the most part, you can do everything that's here, other than like the Piper part. I use the warp tool for that. But you can literally do everything that is here in the free version. There are only small things in the upgrades that can potentially help like make things go faster. Like when I'm filling in all these colors, I use my properties dropper because I can just hit I on my keyboard fill, and using the keyboard shortcuts and keep it moving. I don't have to constantly go up to the color palette and select a color and then fill it in. But all this you can do from the free version. I recently ordered some transfers from a company, but I had a heck of a time finding their email to ask some questions. It was so frustrating since I had already paid. Days later, they finally sent an email. Yeah. All right. So I don't know. I have to go take something. I don't know. Something's going on with my shoulder. So I need to get some painkillers or an Advil or something so where that is not hurting for my class. Ow. So I'm going to get off of here. Oh, wow. because I have no idea what's going on with my shoulder. Yes, you can jump in at any point, because what I'm creating now, I'm creating passive income. Those who are able to experience it live during the 30 days, they're able to ask questions. We have like a little, we have little sessions afterwards to, go a little bit more into details, not a part of the official like video. And, so they're able to get extra help. I will not be doing this again. Because there's a lot of information. It makes no sense for me to repeat this information. You can join at any time. It's not going to be closed off. My goal is that people will continue to purchase and purchase it and purchase it until the end of the year. I would like to be able to have 12,000 people, 10,000 people purchase it between now and the end of the year, because it is so much valuable information. There's a lot of people that don't attend the live sessions, and they tell me that they are still able to follow along. They're learning so much. They'll make comments under the playbacks. Oh, wow, I never knew this, things like that. Names that I don't see in the lives, they'll come back to the group and they'll post their results and stuff like that. So a lot of people are benefiting from watching the playbacks of it, because they cannot attend the live even if they wanted to, because it's at 11 a.m. So you can join at any time now. I am going to put it's going to be a thing on there after this weekend. Anyone that signs up after this weekend, unless you're going to dedicate time to really go through some of those other videos, next weekend when we go into designing, you may end up being completely like lost. So if you have not watched a lot of the other videos, we're kind of keeping a little note of that. I should be able to kind of breeze through. We should be able to kind of breeze through some of these designs, so we won't go back through and go through like as if it's like the true beginning. Once we get into like creating some designs, I'm just kind of referencing certain tools and techniques and stuff like that to put together designs. Oh my god. Ooh. There's someone that's in there, and she's been using Silhouette for 12 years. And she was like, I teach her something new every single day. It's stuff that she never knew existed. She never knew how to use it. And she's been using it for 12 years, because most people only touch the surface. They never really look in, like dive deep into the program. So I promise you, you'll still learn something no matter how long you've been using it. Oh my God. All right, y'all got to get off of here. Ow. All right. I should talk to you guys later. Until next time, have a great one. Continue to unlock your creativity and be incredible. Ow.